Here, I'll show you what I made. Okay, all these extra buckets right here that are empty are not part of the system. This is a 35 gallon trash can that you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's. I think I got this one at Lowe's. And you put all the water in it. I put a little bit of fertilizer in there too to put it in the water. Don't know if that helps or not, but it's an experiment I'm doing. And then you go and you find the drip line section. Sorry, there's always airplanes flying over me when I'm trying to make a video. But you go to the gardening section, actually usually in the plumbing section, and you find the drip line stuff. And you take one of those barbs and you shove it in there. You can see it right there, and I put a little bit of glue just to help it. And then this is the 1/4 inch hose. And that goes over to an adapter that goes from 1/4 inch line to garden hose, which is this piece right here. And the hose just shoves inside. And then this in the middle is a male to male hose adapter. And then this is a garden hose, the female end, that you can get at Lowe's also. All these pieces are in the plumbing section. And then in between is a rubber washer. And this is a 5 gallon bucket. What I'm showing you is how you regulate the height of the water. And I put a lid on it and on this because I want to help prevent evaporation. And I stabbed some holes in it with a ice pick so that it can ventilate a little bit. Get it off for you. Okay. And what we have in here is a what is this called? For a swamp cooler, this is the float valve. And I have it set so that the water is about at 3 inches when it shuts off. Looks like it's growing a little bit of green algae. I have a solution for that too. I need to get chamomile tea and throw it in the water, and that helps prevent stuff like that naturally. But that regulates the water to exactly 3 inches high. Alright, and then coming out of it is another 1/4 inch hose bib, which then has a little T, and that goes into my first self-watering bucket. I showed you guys how to make those before, and see, you can see it there. And what that does is gravity makes it so that when one water source is connected to the other water source, they actually will all level themselves out to the same level. So here's my second self-watering bucket on the system, and they will all level their water out to the same height. See, if I tilt it, you'll see that the water is just barely underneath those holes, those overfill holes. So they always stay completely full, and they're fed off of this 35 gallon trash can. And I filled this up, I don't know, around a month ago, and if you can see, it's barely used any water. I didn't even fill it all the way to the top. I filled it to about, it's about 3 inches of water is gone out of there. So that's the way I made my automated watering system, which I really like, because a lot of people that I saw that did this used the 1/2 inch hose and ran it down the side and teed off on all of those, and that hose is more expensive, and I thought that that was just more difficult because you had to make something what's called a I can't remember, but you have to make a special kind of valve to go through this tank for that. That's a little bit more prone to leak. You have to do more work. This, all I had to use is a special punch that you can buy in the same aisle to punch a hole, push the barb in, and then connect the hose in. But to get the barb through these buckets is actually kind of hard because it's a hard plastic. So what I had to do is take a piece of wood and drill a little bit of a hole in it about a ½ inch long to slide the barb into, to give me something to, you know, really push on and push it through the hole, and then it snaps right in. They also make a all-in-one tool, which I've been told that works pretty good for doing it too. But if you have any questions, please post it in the comments section and I'll get back to you. Sorry I didn't make a video while I was making all this, but that should give you the idea. Oh, and another thing, on the inside of this is another rubber washer, but in all actuality you don't need a whole lot of that because the water level never comes up to this, so you don't have to worry about it leaking, which is another reason why I did it the way I did it. Less chances of things leaking. And very simple. Alright, I'm going to show you how to make self-watering buckets. Alright, so what we're doing right now is we cleaned out all your dadgum buckets. And then after we did that, took the lid and cut the center out. So I got a ring like this. And that is the couple steps we got so far getting these self-watering containers made. More to come in a minute. Alright, now we're cutting the hole in the middle for the cups to go in.
And if he cuts himself, I'm going to be so mad.
What you do is you trace the outside of the cup and then just do a little bit in from there. It's supposed to be in a specific measurement, like 3.5 inches, but I didn't want to measure it. Alright. There.
I wasn't thinking that. I was talking about the hose.
This is what you do to the cup. You drill a whole bunch of holes in it so that the water can flow into the dirt. And then it goes down in here. And it'll look like that. Alright, then you take your PVC pipe and a hacksaw. This is my brother-in-law Kyle, by the way. And take the tube and you stick it in by the bucket. And then you want to give yourself a little bit extra on the top, so make yourself a mark and then cut it.
Right there?
Yep. Alright, so that you can see here, the pipes need to be angled like this so that the water can flow out. And this end is what goes down inside, which we will make the hole for that now. Alright, we're cutting the hole out, and how I do it is I make like a half circle. It still connects to the side. It's not completely cut out as like a circle. Did you get it?
I'm trying.
You don't have to cut the back out. And see what you do, and you make a half circle, stick it in, hit that. And it just goes right on in there.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
There you go. Alright, here's the soil we just mixed up. It is 70% peat moss, 20% vermiculite, and 10% perlite. Then you gotta, perlite, you know, something like that. And then you mix it up, and then you have to moisten it before we put it in there. The way we did this to make out the measurements is measured how deep the bucket is and then figured out your percentages and put that many inches of the stuff in there and mixed it. Alright, the last thing that we did is put a ring of fertilizer 2 inches around after we mixed dolomite, which is garden lime, in the first 3 inches of the topsoil. And now we're taking the white plastic, we're getting it ready to put over the top. We'll show you what I mean in a minute. Alright, then we put on this white plastic,
Made next to the center.
and then that ring we made clips it on. And then you just water it in that hole until water comes out of these holes. every 3 inches up from the ground we drilled a hole. Well, not every. We made 3 of them. And that's the full line. When the water comes out of there, it's full. So there you go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's how you make a self-watering bucket.